And welcome back to Let's Talk Chicago Bears. That's all we can say about yesterday, right? So this is my new, instead of saying the word fuck, I'm just going to put this up, okay? So then I don't swear so much, okay? Because this was yesterday. There's really not a lot more we can say. Bad, bad, and bad. Bad. I don't even know why I'm laughing. Honestly, I don't. All right, let's get to it. So, we all know what happened yesterday. It was a cluster. Okay, because you know what word I was going to use. A cluster. And it was just bad. The score was 38-3. We couldn't even get a damn frickin' touchdown. Really, seriously? I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what? I do, and I don't. You know what I mean? So let's just do a few of the horrible stats, and then we'll talk about the game. So the only bright spot there was two bright spots in my particular opinion, and I think everybody has to agree with this one. The running back number 24, the rookie Herbert, had 100 yards rushing, and he had 33 yards of passing yards. He really did it yesterday. He stepped up. That's why he reminds me of Walter a lot. And I think one of the biggest mistakes the Bears made offensively, again, I don't know who was frickin' calling those plays, but we rushed the ball all right, I'll have to get back to that. Well, no, let's see. I don't know if I wrote that down, the total, but we rushed the ball a lot. Okay, so Herbert rushed the ball for over 100 yards. So he is my bright spot. That kid looks good. Good, and good. So I'm really excited for that because he could catch and he can run. He's just good. So that was our bright spot. And the other bright spot was 58 on the defense, Roquan Smith, our linebacker. He was everywhere yesterday. I don't know if you noticed, but he seemed to be the only one that decided to play defense yesterday. So we'll talk about Fields. What a horrible game. He did have 160 yards passing, and he had 38 yards of rushing. Unfortunately, he had 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles, and was sacked 4 times. Yeah. His passer rating was like 1.9. Bad. Oh my God. I don't know. I just, you know what? We have no offensive line, and the line definitely reared its ugly head yesterday. So, like I said, Herbert had 100 yards rushing. He had 33 yards of passing. The defense had no sacks, but they managed 2 fumbles. Whippy-doo. The Bears did. I will give them this. They only had 4 penalties for 32 yards, so there goes that theory of having a chance. I always say a chance to win if you have under 5, but when those penalties did happen, they always happened at the worst times, and a couple times it stopped drives. The time of possession, I was really shocked when I saw this. The Bears had, on the time of possession, they were 28 minutes offensively on the field. Tampa Bay was on the field 31 minutes. So that was virtually close. So that tells me right there that the Bears, yes, were running the ball yesterday, and that's what I don't understand. The Bears should have run the ball down their throats. No team has had 100 yards of rushing against Tampa Bay. We did that, and they should have kept rushing. Run. And number one, that would have taken the pressure off of Fields. Number two, it would wear down that defense. And number 3, maybe that could have opened up for a pass here or there that might have actually been completed for something of real yardage. Our receivers looked terrible yesterday. Very disappointed. Robinson was the only one that didn't really drop anything and didn't look stupid. Very disappointed in Mooney. There was one he should have had easily, and another one he could have had. Nobody looked like they were in that game at all. I saw no energy coming from that Bears team. None. Very disappointing. And to me, that starts with the coaching. And but in my opinion, if they had run the ball more, no, we wouldn't have won the game. But maybe the game wouldn't have been 38-3. It would have been less. They would have had less points, and we might have had a few more. So I don't see how they didn't notice that. When Herbert got the ball, he got positive yards. I would say 9 out of 10 times. There was only a couple times that he never lost yards. There was only times that maybe he got a yard or didn't get anything. But come on, what the hell? You know what, you jerks? You are just, yeah. And that offensive line, oh my God, it is just bloody embarrassing. Bloody embarrassing. I want to say it, but I can't, so I'm just going to use my sign. Bad. I mean, my God. This is the worst I've ever seen them this year. This is worse than Cleveland, in my opinion. And, you know, yes, Fields had 3 interceptions. One was a tip, so we'll kind of give him 2. The other ones, yeah, maybe he shouldn't have thrown those. No, he probably shouldn't have. But he's fighting for his life out there. The fumbles, one was his fault. The other one was the line, and really all of it's the line. He had absolutely no time, and he's a rookie. And yesterday did prove, though, that he still has trouble reading defenses. So he's really still very green with that. There were a few times where I think he did not have to take off, that he might have had a chance trying to throw the ball. But he was so, at that point, his head was probably spinning. He didn't know what to do. There was the thought, some of the commentators at halftime said maybe they should take him out and put Dalton in. And I thought that too, just to clear the kid's head, because it had to be spinning. So there's pros and cons of doing that. I mean, I know, leave him in there, let him figure it out, let him feel what a loss like this is. I get that. But then I don't also want it to mess with his head, So maybe putting Dalton in for the second half he would not have won that game. I know that, but maybe it could have relieved some angst, because when Fields was sitting on the sideline, I did not like his posture. My son and I disagree on this. He's like, Mom, you can't blame him. The kid was, sacked 4 times. He was running for his life. His team sucks. I said, yeah, but, if you're going to be a leader, if you want to be a leader on this team, Justin Fields, you can't be sitting there. I never saw him looking at the tablet. He's got to get up there and say, okay, you see like people like Derek Carr, Wilson from Seattle, Brady, Ben. They're always going up and down the sidelines. Come on, they're yelling at each other, trying to, and I know Justin's is young. He's a rookie, so he's learning, and maybe he doesn't feel he has the respect of the team yet, but he needs to be doing anything but sitting there feeling sorry for himself, okay? So that's about the only bad thing I'm going to say about him, because this was a team loss. I will say that the defense did do some good things, very few, but other than that, they were, yeah. They stopped him a couple times, forced field goals. But the problem for the defense, it wasn't even fair. Tampa Bay, I think, 9 out of 10 times started on their side of the field, past their 50-yard on their side of the field. So what are you supposed to do, defenses? You can only do so much, especially when you're playing Tom Brady. You can't give him half of a field. You just can't do it. And I did hear, I turned on the post game, and that's in Chicago, and I was listening to a couple vets, couple that have played for the Bears before, and they point out a good point. There was only 2 rookies in that game yesterday, because number 99 is a second-year player, and he was in for Quinn, so he's not a rookie. Fields and Herbert, and the rest of them are vets, and that's the way a veteran team looks. Are you kidding me? I mean, they, like the guy said, they were not giving these two guys any support. I mean, that is so disappointing the way they looked. I mean, and just the way the whole team looked. I'm going to throw that back on Nagy and the coaches again. Nagy is a terrible coach. He has no idea how to motivate these guys. He says, oh, we're all so close and we're this and that. But I don't know. I'm not a stupid person, but, being a Bears fan a long time, what I saw yesterday was not a lot of closeness and not a lot of positivity at all, even from the beginning. Now, we had no sacks yesterday on the defense because, yes, we were missing 3 key players from that defense, and it showed. We were missing Quinn, number 94. We were missing Hicks, 96. And we were missing in our secondary, number 38, Gibson Sr. Now, I'm not a huge fan of his, but he's better than his replacement. That was for sure. And so without those 3 guys on offense, it looked bad, didn't it not? And we gave up 182 yards rushing. And this is the worst we've done this season. It's terrible. We're better than that on rushing, much better. Quinn's replacement under number 99, Gibson, he did not have a good day. I didn't see him doing much of anything. So with Quinn not being in, Mac was double teamed, and let's face it, Mac's been hurt all season. He's got a foot and a knee. He never practices. I don't know. It's to the point where you got to start thinking, do the Bears need to maybe start unloading some of these big guys because of the rest of the year? Let's face it, we're not going anywhere. And maybe we can get a number 1 draft pick back or something, because we certainly need that for the draft. I don't know, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I mean, it could have been worse. The Bears gave Brady 126 yards passing, and let's face it, he's the number 1 passer in the league. So it could have been worse. The defense did try the best they could, considering the Tampa Bay was on their side of the field, the Tampa Bay side, all game long. I mean, I could have scored those points. Me and my 63-year-old girlfriends could have done that. And what really makes me mad, too, is in the last 11 days, as of yesterday, Bears put 5 players on the COVID play list. And then I find out today, frickin' Nagy has COVID. Effer. Yeah, the coach. Listen, Bears, I know none of the Bears players are watching this, but you know what? This is not an I game. This is a team game. And when this COVID is going around, you've got to be careful. You can't be going out to dinner. You can't be going to the clubs. You can't be hanging around somebody that's going to give you COVID, because other players depend on you. And to me, that is not a team. I'm not seeing a team right now, and it's really bothering me. I'm very, very concerned. And so it's going to be real interesting to see how they play next Sunday against the 49ers, because yesterday's game was not only bad, it was defeating, it was embarrassing, and it was worse, in my opinion, than Cleveland. And I just didn't see enough. So, I don't know. I feel that the coaches also, their game plan didn't seem to be the brightest. As a matter of fact, as I said, they should have run the ball a lot more because they were having success. Okay, say you've got this game plan, this is what we're going to do. Well, when you see it's not working, but this guy is running up and down the field, then you frickin' run him. And give maybe Fields a little more time, and so that Fields isn't running for his life. Fields is good. He's got a good arm. There's no doubt about it, and he can throw. But he's still very green. There is just no doubt about that. He's not real good with reading the defenses. But when your offensive line doesn't give you even a second and a half to throw the ball, what is he supposed to do? That's all I'm saying. I think the whole offensive coaching staff, starting with Nagy, all the way down to whatever the offensive line coach, offensive coordinator, receiving coach. He sucks because they looked terrible yesterday. The quarterback coach, fire them all now, and I mean now. Because they were just bad. I mean, there's really not a lot to even say anymore. I mean, there's no point in looking at stats and, rest of the stats because we all know what happened, right? And my concern a little bit is Fields' mental, after a game like that. And then you get your coach coming down, Nagy, with COVID. Really? What an example setter he is. He is something else. Wrong way. Something else. Nagy. And I really wish the Bears would fire him. I don't think they'll do it again during the year, but you never know. I mean, this is his last year of the contract, so fuck, he ain't coming back. I mean, maybe we would do better. I don't know. There's something going on, and I don't understand it, and it just doesn't seem like they know what they're doing, and it just is pissing me off. Like I said on Friday, we're not going to the Super Bowl. We're not going to the playoffs. And I really didn't think we were going to win it, but I thought we would be in that game, kind of like the Green Bay game. We were in that game, and we should have been in yesterday's game. I don't care who it was. But again, if you let the opponent have all their offensive possessions on their side of the field, the score is going to be like that. And we're probably pretty lucky. But they could have really, really made it worse, and they did not. So what are you going to say? They suck. And I don't know. I really think that there's got to be some work. And, the injuries definitely hurt us yesterday, but I do believe the coaching staff and that offensive line are the culprits. They are just, let's all say it, bad. Bad, 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 and bad, bad, bad. I don't even know why I'm laughing because it's not funny. So now we have 49ers coming up on Friday, so we'll talk about that. I'm not as worried about them as I was in the beginning of the year because I saw them play the last couple weeks. Not really very good. So what would be really nice is a bounce-back game in Soldier Field next Sunday. We'll see. And it's Halloween. So, and somebody changed the subject. Somebody did pick out what was new that was on the set all season that didn't belong. And it's this guy right here. He's the Tennessee Vows dog. My brother sent him to me last year during my show, so I just put him out there and wanted to see. So this week I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to ask the question on Friday. I won't do it today. So look at the set because I will ask you something about it. It's not something that I'm going to add. It's something that's already there. So we have a winner, and I'm keeping track. We'll see at the end of the season, right? Well, that's about it. There's really nothing else. Bears stink. They are 3-4. We've got this game Sunday. We're playing 49ers, and the following week on Monday night we're playing Pittsburgh, and then we have the bye, which we desperately need, clearly. So I don't know. Maybe on Friday, by the time I talk to you on Friday, maybe Nagy will be gone. I already know. I'm not going to call Mr. McCaskey because that would be a taking advantage of his phone number. But I am going to sit down tomorrow and write him a letter and send it and tell him what I think he needs to do. And we know what that is. Get rid of Nagy. But I don't know what else. And we got to, I just hope that they're working on Justin and getting that head clear. And I kind of hope that all the players got yelled at for no energy, nothing. I mean, they just looked like they didn't want to be there. That was my opinion, right? So you know what I think? The Bears are, bad. Was really looking forward to singing the victory song for you guys today. But it is nothing. We're not in a good mood. I even put on one of my old jerseys to maybe give us luck. Urlacher. But who knows? Anyways, all right, so we'll move on. So, you know, I'm sure everybody's got a lot of feelings about yesterday. And I just didn't want to keep going on and on and on because I could. Because I'm pissed and sad. Really sad. I'm really more sad. So, all right, guys. So, as always, I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you on Friday. Let's stop. Let's start kindness and let's be kind. Let's be kind all week. Let's help each other out. Because you know what? If we're Bears fans, we need it this year, this week. We need some cheering up. That is for sure. So, and, especially because we know that, that jerky Rodgers is going to win the division. And, that sucks. Yeah. What's really bad is Rodgers embarrasses us last Sunday, and then we embarrass ourselves yesterday. What a way to come back and show people about that. God, I'm disappointed in you, Bears. So disappointed. And right now, I'm very disappointed in the organization as well. So, sorry. Let's get back to being on the bright note. Let's be kind, smile to one another, help somebody out, be a friend. And let's just get through this together, right? Because being a Bears fan is not easy, and it can be very frickin' bad at times. But on Friday, we'll be in a different mood, and we'll be hoping for a victory. And then maybe we'll be 4-4. Never know. So, I love you guys. Always love that you watch me. You might have expected a little more, but, they took the wind out of my sails yesterday, too. So it's taken a little bit more to prop me back up today. So it's going to take a couple days to get this announcer back to her rock and roll self. But I'm sure I'll be hearing some comments. The Bears just suck right now. We got a rookie, and it is too bad. Here I'm going on and on again. If we had an offensive line, things would be a bit different, and that is the truth. We wouldn't be talking about some of this stuff now. And bottom line, coaching and offensive line. Yeah. All right. Love you guys. Keep on watching. And I'll see you Friday. And as always, keep on rocking and rolling from Vegas, baby. Bye-bye.